Hello students, welcome back to the video. This is Poonam Bhati from Little Angel School. As you know that, yes. Students, in the previous video we had to cover two topics of your chapter 3rd. Yes. Students, make sure that you have your computer textbook with you with all the time while attending the class. Okay students? So students, please take next 5 seconds to keep your books ready. 5, 4, 3, 2 and last 1. Students, I hope you all are ready. So let's get started. Today we are going to remaining topic of your chapter 3rd. So this is your students computer memory and storage device, in which your computer textbook has 3 topics. First is memory storage, second is unit of memory, and last topic is types of memory. Now these two topics, memory storage and unit of memory, had covered in the previous video. Now today we are discuss about the types of memory. We talk about the computer memory, and this sheet is, you can see this picture like that. This one, this is the computer memory, in which some motherboard, some daughter boards are there. Okay, so let's talk about these computer memory in the types of memory. Okay, so let's talk about the computer memory and storage devices. So students, now the today topic is types of memory. Students, as you know that computer memory is of two types. Okay, computer memory has two types. First one is the primary memory and second one is secondary memory. As you seen in the slides, yes, this one is the primary memory and second one is the secondary memory. Clear? Get it my point? Now further we divided the primary memory into sub memory, that is the RAM and ROM, and secondary memory also divided into the sub memory, that is the hard disk, CD, DVD, Blu-rays, pen drive, etc. Okay, so let's talk about the primary memory. Yes, this is the primary memory. It is also known as internal memory or a main memory. You can say that the primary memory is also called the main memory or also called the internal memory. It is inbuilt memory present inside the CPU, already built in the CPU when you purchase your CPU. Okay, when you install, you assemble your CPU with the programming. Okay, so it stores data or instruction currently used by the computer. Okay, the minimum size of primary memory is 256 MB. Okay, MB what? I already told you in the previous video. MB what? MB is megabyte. Okay, so the minimum size of primary memory, that is the internal memory, is 256 MB. Okay, so we can increase the size anytime. Primary memory is of two types. First one is ROM and second one is RAM. ROM, that is called the read only memory, in which we can only read the document, in which we can read the content. Okay, and the second one memory is the random access memory. Okay students, random access memory, that is called the RAM, RAM. So let's talk about first primary memory, that is the read only memory, that is called the ROM, ROM. I already told you, in the ROM we can only read the content. Okay, we can't write the content in this memory. Okay, so read only memory is a types of memory in which the information can only be read. Okay, I already told you. ROM can be directly accessed by the CPU. Okay, So the instruction stored in ROM are retained even when the computer is switched off. Okay, it is also called the non-volatile memory. Okay, there are basically three types of ROM, that is called PROM, EPROM and EEPROM, जिसे हम बोलते हैं PROM, EPROM, EEPROM. ठीक है, so let's talk about PROM. PROM, that is the PROM, refer to programmable read-only memory. PROM, the full form of PROM is programmable read-only memory. It is memory chip on which we store programs. Okay, it is a memory chip on which we store a program. But once the information has been recorded, it cannot be changed. Okay? It can be programmed only under special conditions. So we can say that PROMs are non-volatile. Okay, students. So student, in this slide we discuss the next ROM type, that is the EPROM. EPROM, the full form of EPROM, which is called the EPROM, refers to erasable programmable read-only memory. We can erase its stored information by exposing it to ultraviolet light. EPROM are cheap, reliable and hence widely used because it is very cheap and very reliable, so it can be widely used. Okay. Next is EEPROM. EEPROM refers to electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. I repeat, EEPROM is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. The information written on it can be erased using electrical signal. In this, information written on it can be erased using electrical signal. Okay, students, get it my point? Now the next types of primary memory is called RAM. RAM is random access memory. It refers to read and write memory. Okay, we can read information from it as well as we can write or store instruction on it. In RAM, the memory stored information in the form of electric signals. RAM is non-volatile in nature. RAM is volatile in nature. RAM is volatile in nature. ROM is non-volatile, but RAM is volatile in nature. Okay, RAM is small in both physical and amount of data size. Okay, I repeat, RAM is small in both physical size and amount of data it can store. It is much smaller than a hard disk. A typical computer may come with 256 million bytes of RAM and a hard disk of 40 billion bytes. RAM comes in the form of discrete, that is a separate microchips. Get it my point? Okay, students. So this is the difference between the RAM and ROM. This is all about the difference between the RAM and ROM. So these are three differences. First is RAM stands for random access memory, ROM stands for read-only memory. I repeat, RAM stands for random access memory and ROM stands for read-only memory. In RAM, it is volatile in nature. Its contents are erased when power is turned off. Okay. In ROM, it is non-volatile in nature. Its contents are non-erased when power is turned off. In RAM, we can read as well as write through this memory. Okay, but in ROM, we can only read this memory and can't write through it. That means cannot write through it. Okay, so this is all about the difference between the RAM and ROM. Get it, students? Okay. Now the next memory, that is called the secondary memory. Secondary memory is used to store information for a longer period of time. It is needed because the internal storage of computer is insufficient to store and save large amount of data for future reference and retrieval. Okay. So there are basically some types of secondary memory. So first type of secondary memory is hard disks. Have you seen this picture, students? This is the hard disk picture. Okay, the hard disk is look like that. Okay, hard disk is the main storage medium for computer. It is a fixed inside a CPU box and is capable of storing a large amount of data. Hard disk can store up to 8 TB. TB what? Terabyte. Okay, 8 terabyte of data. It is made up of many rigid metal plates coated to store data magnetically. A hard disk rotates while it is being recorded. Okay. So the next secondary memory is compact disk, that is called the CD. CD is an optical storage device. A typical CD is 13 cm in diameter. CD can store 600 to 750 MB data on it. MB, that means megabyte. I already told you. CD can hold text, images, sounds, video clips, animated movies or their combinations. Okay, students. So CD also has two types. First one is CDR. Second is CDRW. CDR stands for compact disc recordable. In these types of CD, data once written cannot be changed or deleted. It can only be read. Okay, student. Now, second is CDRW, that means compact disc rewritable. Data written on this CD can be erased. New data can be written or recorded many times. So, student, this is the pictures of CD. This one. Have you seen that? Yes. This is the pictures of images of CD. Okay. Let's talk about secondary device, that is called the DVD. That is the digital versatile disc. DVD is very similar to CD but can store much more data. It is an optical disc storage device used for recording movies with high video and sound quality. Data can be recorded on a DVD on one or both sides. Its capacity range from 4.7 GB to 8.5 GB. What GB? What? Gigabyte. I already told you. So the capacity range from 4.7 GB to 8.5 GB of DVD. So have you seen this image? This one. Have you seen this image? This is the DVD. Okay. You can write or record it on the both sides. Okay. So the next storage device is pen drive. A pen drive is popularly known as flash drive. It is a small pen like storage device that can be attached outside a computer at a place called USB port. Okay. Pen drive can store a large amount of data depending on its capacity. Okay. Depending on its capacity, it can store 1 GB, 2 GB or more data. Okay. It is used for copying and moving data from one computer to another, like one device to another device. Today we use that types of pen drive which are connected with the phone also. Okay. So this is all about the pen drives. And the last secondary storage device is Blu-ray disc. What is Blu-ray disc? Have you seen this Blu-ray disc? Like this. This is the image of Blu-ray disc. A Blu-ray disc is similar to a CD or a DVD in appearance, but it can hold up to 128 GB of data. 128 gigabyte of data. It uses blue laser to hold a large amount of data. This disc is mainly used for storing high quality sound, games and movies. I repeat, Blu-ray disc is similar to a CD or DVD in appearance, but it can hold up to 128 gigabyte of data. It uses blue lasers to hold a large amount of data. This disc is mainly used for storing high quality sounds, games and movies. So student, this is all about these secondary storage devices, and at this device your chapter has finished. Okay, your chapter 3 has finished. Today we have finished your chapter 3. Okay, this is for you. Thank you. Now the exercise of your chapter 3 will be covered in the next video. Okay, I repeat, the exercise of chapter 3 we will cover in the next video. Okay students, so it's time to homework. Learn about the computer memory, that means types of memory, RAM and ROM, primary memory and secondary memory also. Okay, I repeat, learn about the types of memory, primary memory and secondary memory both. Thank you so much students. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.